Hello and welcome to the Wandering Wolf YouTube channel. I'm your host, Mark Rhodes. Alongside me is my friend and fellow Wolves lifer, Mr. Craig Fullwood. How are you, mate?
I'm very well, mate. I'm very relieved.
Yeah. I'm sweating quite profusely
Oh,
right now.
mate. So, yeah,
Yeah.
we've just literally finished watching the game and we've jumped straight on to get this one done.
Mm,
And I've never been more relieved to hear a final whistle ever, I don't
mate.
think. What did you think? What do you make of it, mate?
Well, it's weird actually because I know we've won, but it feels like a defeat. And like I don't want to be really negative all the time. It's like we are into the fifth round of the FA Cup. It's great. We've either got Arsenal or Southampton in the next round at home, which I think will really help us on a
Yeah,
pitch that will be a lot better than Chorley's.
yeah,
But the the problems are there to see. The problems are very clear for
yeah,
everybody to
yeah.
see, and it's not just defence, midfield, forward. The player that came out with the most credit in this game is John Ruddy, and that is bad for
That tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it?
100%. And
Everything you
Willie
need to know.
Bolly, I thought he played really well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Bolly, for me, he just did his job, what he needed to do, didn't he? I mean,
Yeah,
I'd love to see how many times he headed the ball, made a clearance. He didn't really. It wasn't a chance to play football, and that's not what the job was about tonight. Really, it was about
yeah,
well, take the positives. Clean sheet. I'll take
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'll
We hadn't
take
had many
that.
of them for
I'll
the
take
last
that.
few weeks. Yeah,
That's
true.
that's got to be a positive. I
Yeah,
was relieved when I saw the team come out and we'd gone back to a three. I mean, thank God,
mm.
because
Yeah,
we've been crying out for it. Everybody knows that that's really the starting point, and thank
yeah.
God we did that. I think we started off okay. Obviously, it was a bit nervy, I'd say, especially coming off the back of the last result, which we
Yeah.
won't talk about. Um, and
Yeah.
and
Let's not talk about that at all,
I
ever,
think
again, ever.
obviously the goal, yeah, it was a wonder strike, but there was plenty of nice possession, no end product again, and it was just the longer the game went on, the more frustrating again it was,
Mm.
and you can see what's wrong, and it's, it's the confidence. There's no confidence in that
There's
team at
no
all.
confidence. That team is like the life. It just feels like all the life has been sucked right
Yeah,
out of them.
yeah. There's no life.
Um,
There's no passion. There's no fight. There's no. I don't know what it. Well, I don't know what's causing it, or whether it's just purely lack of good results.
Self-belief, I
Or
think. I put out a tweet earlier about are they arrogant? Is it is it a problem within the club? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think it's just a confidence thing. Did they go into this game thinking they just need to turn up and turn Chorley over? And that was what it felt like after Vitana scored that absolute screamer, and it was a great goal.
yeah,
We literally just shut up shop against a team that's in the sixth tier of English football, and we let them come onto us and pump balls into the box, which we can't defend at the best of times.
no,
And John Ruddy has to pull off an absolute worldie to keep us in that game. And I think watching Wolves at the moment, it's very pretty. It's very side to side. It's very pedestrian. There's no the only time there was any like desire or fight or passion was when Traore squared up to their subs bench,
yeah. Oh, I
you
love
know,
that,
and
mate. I love that. That was.
yeah,
It was like, come on, somebody's got something about him. Let's have a
absolutely.
row. Let's have a row with all their subs and their manager and
Show
everything.
me you care. Show me you care. Like whenever
Fantastic.
I watch a Wolves team, it's like I'm in this relationship where I'm like I'm the one that's giving everything, and I'm just waiting for something in return. Like just give
Yeah,
me something, anything, and like a bit of passion from Traore was like
yeah.
I was like,
It was good to
yes,
see,
mate.
wasn't
It was. It really was. But we are through to the next round. We
it?
are
Look,
through. So
yeah, absolutely. Take the positives. I mean, all we needed to do tonight. I don't really want to dwell on it too much.
mm,
Um, we had to go there, get a result, come back to the Midlands with a win.
yeah.
Not necessarily a clean sheet, but a win. But we got the clean sheet as well. That'll push us on. We've got a very tough game coming up against Chelsea.
Oh man.
I'm
Whew.
just. I really don't really know what to say about that yet.
Well,
Hopefully that. I mean, I know we've got the victory. I think you just said it. It doesn't feel like we've gone out and got that victory. It feels like we've just scraped through. And we should have put that game to bed. We should have been beating them 4-5-0 tonight. Do you know what I mean? Not
100%.
scraping through 1-0. And I really thought towards the end there, I thought they were going to get a goal. And I think I texted you and said, they're going to get, if they get this goal here now and take it to extra time, they've got the momentum. We're going to go to pieces.
Yeah, there's only one winner then. If they got
Absolutely.
the equaliser, they've got the grip between the teeth. Like this is their World Cup final.
Absolutely. So thank God we've got the win. We made hard work of it, but we've got it. And like you say, we're into the next round. Let's start. Hopefully we've got this guy coming in. We're going to strengthen a little bit. There's lots of talk here and there. Hopefully something will come off. We can gel. We can get some people back from injuries, and now crack on. Put the stake in the ground now and move on. That's what I think
Willian Jose is that his name from Real Sociedad that we've it looks like we've got him and looking at his stats, he looks decent. He looks like a really decent player, and I put it out on Twitter. Like the game that he played for Real Sociedad before he's coming to us, he scored 2 absolute class goals.
Price just went up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. But it's an initial loan. There's no, we don't have to buy him if he doesn't do the job. But my goodness me, if that man is half as decent as what we all hope he is, he's going to be 100 times better than Patrick Cutrone and Fabio Silva, because I am sick and tired of talking about how poor he has played. And I'm talking about Silva here, because Cutrone, we won't see him again. He's up. I'll drive him to the airport myself. Like, I'm being serious. Like,
I'll put on Twitter, is there any airports
awful.
nearby? Because he just needs to go straight there, doesn't he? I
just think, like, whenever you watch these players who are supposedly fighting for their place in the team, not so much with Silva, I feel a bit bad saying it, but like with Cutrone especially, he was just wandering around like he just knew that his time was up. And granted, he's only been given 10, 15 minutes here or and there. But whenever he has played for Wolves, I don't go in with like this pizza pasta stuff. It's a song. It's not because he's a good player. He's never been a good player. He's never done the business for Wolves. Whenever he has played, I know he's played second fiddle to Jimenez, but when he has played, he's never shown me anything. Exactly. Like no wonder Jimenez has played like 100, like 80 games in a row. There's a reason for that.
I mean, for me, I do feel a bit bad for him, really. I mean, I was quite excited for Cutrone. I mean, it's difficult, really. I really want him to do well, but the last week I've just realised it's not going to happen.
It's just not good enough.
When they talked about bringing him back, I thought, actually, do you know what? That could work. But looking at it on the whole now, he's never wanted to be there. And
in theory, he's a great player.
I'm sure he'll go on somewhere else and do really well, but something's not right with him and Nuno for a start.
No.
He doesn't want to be there. And we're trying to bridge a gap, really, with, you can't do that with somebody who doesn't want to be there. No. There's no fight. There's no desire. Like you said, he wandered around tonight. It was like he was having a kick about with his mates almost.
They were playing 2 up front. Do you see how far they were away from each other, Silva and Cutrone?
Well, they've not played with each other, have they, before? So what sort of relationship have they got? It's ridiculous.
Which I struggled with when I saw the team sheet, because I know, like, we put out our team sheets and what we thought would be good. I wouldn't have played Silva tonight. I would have played Traore just behind Cutrone, because Cutrone is like one of those forwards that feeds off a support man. Silva's not really that type of... I know he holds the ball up all right, but he's looking for balls like over the top for him. He's too similar in that respect. He's like a lightweight version of Cutrone for me. I just don't think we've got the firepower going forward. And I think, thankfully, we've got this lad who actually looks very much like in the mould of Jimenez, more so.
Well,
Like
he's found the net more times in the last one game than our guys have in the last few months,
perspective.
So,
Yeah.
I'm not going to dig Silver out tonight. I thought he actually looked like one of the ones putting a shift in, to be fair, and he was coming. He was getting frustrated in the first half, and then towards the end of the first half, he was actually dropping deeper to come and get the ball. And I actually thought, do you know what? That's what you want to see from him, really. That's at least he's trying.
Yeah,
We
fair.
didn't get that from Catroni. And, he just sort of whimpered off, didn't he, with that's the end, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to come up with excuses for how poor this performance was, and especially in the second half. I thought we shut up shop. I thought, as you said earlier about going for the jugular, just get the 3 or 4 goals and just enjoy yourself. Really, like we can't. Like I don't think we're capable of beating the team 3 or 4-0 at the moment. I think we are so devoid of confidence. It's just untrue. The defending, actually thinking about it, the 3 centre backs, thought Kilman was fine. I'm got a bit of a soft spot for him. I think he should be in the back 3 anyway.
Yeah.
Bolly was great, and Cody does what he does. Like he didn't have as bad a game as to be taken off. That's for sure. But I think in midfield, Dendoncker, I love Dendoncker. I think he brings something to the party that we haven't got. But in games such as this, when we need to probably just put these teams out of sight, he's not really needed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's a breaker up of play.
He kind of keeps everything tidy, doesn't he?
Yeah, we don't need it.
Yeah. We need someone with a bit more cutting edge going forward and bringing forward playing. And like when Neto came on, totally changed. He was just a different level, wasn't he?
We are not going to keep him. We are not keeping him. I'm telling you, there's going to be, if we don't go up the league and consolidate, a top 10 finish, Neto's going.
Yeah,
and we'll
100%.
Because he's not too good for us, but he's getting there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because whenever I see him on the ball, I think that's the bloke. That's the bloke. He's the diamond in the shower that we've seen.
Yeah, but if we're saying we're going to finish, we've said it before, mid-table at best.
Oh,
he's better than that.
Yeah, he's better. He's a Champions League player.
So in the summer,
they're going to come sniffing around, mate. Have you heard about Juventus? Juventus offering us Douglas Costa.
Yeah, I saw something about that, yeah.
And doing like a swap deal with Adama Traore. Now, I don't know enough about Douglas Costa, but I know he's good enough to play for Bayern Munich. Just putting it out there, like maybe we need something like that. Like, obviously, we need to look into it a bit more, but...
There seems to be a lot of talk about Traore, doesn't there, at the moment? And I think, there's never smoke without fire, is there? And I think we could well be seeing him go on the deadline day, to be honest.
Do you think?
At all, yeah.
That's really interesting.
It wouldn't surprise me. I think we'd be lucky to keep hold of him, but then again, he's a bit like... he's a bit like Marmite, isn't he? I mean...
Yeah.
Some weeks you think he'll have a good game and you think, yes, we've got an absolute gem here. He's got so much potential. He's a great player. Forward, and when he does the right things, he does them really well.
Absolutely.
But when he just sometimes it's so frustrating because he'll get himself into a good position and make the wrong decision or make it too late. Yeah. And you think you've got to start. But he's been doing that for so long now. You start to think I think you've just got to take Traore the way he is now. I think Nuno's got the best out of him. Yeah.
I think he really misses Jimenez, Traore.
Yeah.
Because I think they play fantastically well together. They link up play so well. So when he got injured, I think that really hurt Traore in that respect. But yeah, I think I'm with you. I don't think I'd be surprised if Traore went. I'd be surprised if we let him go because of how small our squad is at the moment due to injuries. But
Would you be sad to see the back of him?
Depends how much money we get for him, mate. Like if a club comes in with like 50 million plus, I would take that money. I would take that money.
If he goes on deadline day and we haven't got anything sorted out, that's when it becomes a problem.
I agree. I don't think we sell him in this transfer window. That would be. I think that is crazy to get rid of Traore in January. But maybe the summer, if we're still a Premier League team, which I'm pretty certain that we will be.
We will.
Burnley beating Liverpool was not ideal, but I think going forward, I think if we are a Premier League team, it depends what type of Premier League team we want to be, though, mate. Do we want to be one of these feeder clubs? Like Southampton, they were like Liverpool's feeder club. Now they've taken Jota from us. We don't want to get rid of our best players, really. No, well, if we can help it.
But we've got to do things to keep hold of them, haven't we?
Yes,
and that means pushing up the table, winning the FA Cup.
Or winning the FA Cup, yeah.
Absolutely. So, I really think tonight, we made a meal of it. It was, you could say, going up there and the pitch and the
it was vile to watch.
And injuries and this and this. There is lots of. It was bad. It was tough, and we made hard work. We made hard work of a tough situation.
Yeah,
which is classic Wolves at the moment. But I think we put a stake in the ground. I hope bring a few in, couple back from injury.
Yeah,
start the season again now.
Yeah,
and let's kick on and try and get as high as we can. And I really think we should go for the FA Cup. Go for it.
100%.
Absolutely.
Like FA Cup. Like, let's think about it. 5th round, 6th round. Is it semi-final after that?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like we
could beat Arsenal or Southampton at home.
At home,
yeah.
Well, we've drawn already with Southampton at home this season.
Tonight showed it what always happens when we play the lower, lesser teams. Let's say, not taking anything away from them, but the Burnleys, the Brighton.
Yeah, there's a certain way.
We always struggle. But you go to a Tottenham or a Man United or whatever, and we play free-flowing football. We lose Neto down the wing, and we get fast tempo play. And I think that's definitely a game we could win, whoever it is.
Yeah.
And then obviously it's potluck who you get in the next round, whether it's home or away. But it's 3-4 games, and we're there.
So interesting, isn't it, the way we play? Because for a team that's so technically gifted, some of the players that we've got. We hate having the ball. Do you know what I mean? We are such a counter-attacking team, and you've just said it. You've put it in a nutshell there. Against teams like Burnley, we're going to have a lot of the ball. Against Brighton, we'll have a lot of the ball. Against Chorley, we'll have a lot of the ball. But it doesn't work for us. Like we players like Neto, Traore, going down the flanks. Even Podence, I can't wait for that guy to get back. By the way,
how badly do we need him?
Oh my God! But hopefully he's going to be ready for Chelsea because if he's in the team, he brings such a quality about it. Like he's like a fine red wine, like a Podence. Like he doesn't do anything incredibly well. He's just an all-round fantastic footballer. Do you know what I mean? Like he's across the board, he's an 8. Probably not his headering because he's about 3 foot, but. Other than headering, do you know what I mean? Like he's just wonderful on the ball, and I think we've missed him like incredibly badly.
Yeah, and he's got so much more to give as well. I don't think we've seen the best of him really.
I agree.
Yeah, he's got a lot more to give. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Get him and Neto firing, get Traore's confidence up, and that if we go back to the 3, get your wing backs, get that midfield sorted out. I think, Chelsea, it's going to be interesting, mate. It's going to be interesting. They're a team that we can beat.
Are they?
Yeah, definitely.
The way we're playing, definitely. Like I know they're kind of well in the grand scheme of things, they're not struggling, but for Chelsea they're struggling, and we have already beaten them this season. So yeah, I see your point. Who do you play as wing backs though? Who do you play as wing backs? Because we are very differing of opinion here.
Yeah. Have you cemented your view now that you're not a fan of?
I'm not a fan.
I take it you're talking about Oitnery.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. I just think he's a bit of a show pony, really.
Okay.
I just don't think he does the fundamentals well. I think he can't defend. I think he's very good going forward. He's a bit like Semedo in that respect. No, don't rate him. I'd have my two fullbacks. Marcel,
Well, he's
if
just
he
had an
was
operation, mate.
fit, would walk with a hobble into my team. Like without question, like he's a shoo-in for me.
I think what I'd do is see Size come back and have Kilman in that position, maybe.
It's not a bad shout. Not a bad shout, actually. I didn't think of that. Yeah, because he's done it before. I just don't think. I think Nuno really likes him now. I think he really likes Ike Nori, and you do as well.
Yeah, I do.
And I think
I
quite
think
a lot of the Wolves fans. I just think he needs to bring a lot more.
If he's young, he needs to. He's still, learning. I suppose he's got a long way to go. But I think there's a player in there, and he's exciting to watch. And I think going forward, that's what we like. You've got the three at the back keeping it tight, and then you get him away down the wing, and that gets you up the pitch and gets you moving quickly, and he can overlap and put crosses in and everything. He's a bit too negative for me. Like he keeps coming back and trying to.
You think? I think it's the other way around.
He needs to be driving to the box more.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
it's tricky. It's tricky, isn't it? Because
we'll see. Only time will tell with him.
We can go one of two ways here. We've got so many talented kids that are playing a lot of Premier League football, and we either are gonna just have this incredible, like, euphoric moment of all these coming to fruition and just us being this like Champions League team, basically, or one by one they're going to be picked off.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing what we should be doing.
Yeah. Well, we've got to be careful of that, haven't we?
Massively. But that's why being a Wolves fan is so. Well, it's exciting and nerve-wracking and all of those lovely things that we love.
And we live in hope.
Indeed. Yeah, well, we're through to the fifth round, and it was against Chorley. And we spoke to a Chorley fan. I didn't even realise he was a Chorley fan until he got in touch with me a couple of weeks ago. And it's the lovely, lovely Steve Royle from Britain's Got Talent. He came third in that show and was a massive, massive supporter of him. And I know that you and your kids were as well.
Oh, my lads think he's the best thing since sliced bread. Honestly, they absolutely love him. So
yeah. Well, we were lucky enough earlier on to have a chat with him. He stopped crying now, bless him. But here's the interview that we did with Steve Royle. This is Wandering Wolf. Our guest tonight came third on the recent series of Britain's Got Talent. He's a comedian with lots of strings to his bow. And to be honest, the nation definitely took them to his heart. And he's also a massive fan of tonight's FA Cup opponents, Chorley. Please welcome the wonderful, the lovely Mr. Steve Royle. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. Well, at least I came second tonight, did I? Not third.
That's true. Mate, how are you feeling? Did you enjoy the game?
I did enjoy it. I say surprising. We were always, Chorley fans were always going to enjoy it, weren't we? Whatever the outcome. I thought we handled ourselves really, really well, I have to say. It's just, like how many times has it been said, it's just a shame that the fans weren't there to witness it, because it was amazing, and it would have brightened up all the time. I was saying just off air a short while to you guys, wasn't it? The beauty of having Wolves visiting a town like Chorley would have been just brighten the whole place up, especially as we were all in black and white. That's the beauty of being a Chorley fan. We never clash. We never clash with anything. Orange, the black and white, it would have looked lovely.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
There's no hiding in our kids.
There isn't.
But I thought you played really well, mate. I really thought you were going to get an equaliser there at the end. And, I've never been so relieved to hear a final whistle in a long time, to be honest.
Do you know what? In actual fact, I bet the last 5 minutes, I thought, do you know what? It seemed I don't know what I would have done in those circumstances, but the long ball, they were punching the ball really long and just hoping someone would get the end. And I can understand why they did that, but a little bit of me thinking, do you know what? If they played a little bit more professional and did a little bit more build-up, had a bit more confidence in themselves, I think they might have grabbed that equaliser and took it to extra time. I really do. Because do you know what? Since the match finished, I've not actually looked at the stats, but we must have had better possession, didn't we?
Well, you definitely. I don't know about possession, but shots on target wasn't even close.
Shots, yeah,
you
definitely.
had so many more shots on target. I think we had one shot that was on target, and thankfully, that was probably the one piece of Premier League quality that we actually did see. And we were talking off air. You said that the goalkeeper probably should have saved it. I know what you mean.
I think Matt Irwin could have. He would on another day. I would have got that. I think he was caught a little bit. He was a bit too far forward, wasn't he, for the shot? And I never expected. But then again, that's the skill of the guy. Isn't it? I mean, he took it way further than anyone would have expected him to shoot from there. You wouldn't expect anyone to shoot from there, and it wasn't. It was a clean, clean strike, wasn't it? It was a good goal.
Yeah, it was a good goal.
I reckon that if that opportunity had come about 15 minutes later, when Chorley were getting up, they seemed to get a bit more confidence then. I think they might have all been a little bit more aware of it, might close him down a bit quicker or whatever. So, I have no regrets. Coming 1-0 in our level of football against a Premier League team is a massive achievement, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a great advert for you guys, and you'll take that away and be very proud of it. I hope it was a great performance, and we held on really for the last hour really.
Because you were obviously every night, but you've all. I mean, it's been the talk of the town here about the 1986.
Yeah,
but to be fair, I mean the gap was a lot less then, wasn't it? I mean, in a sense. I think there was someone talking about the value of the average price of one Wolves player is something like that. It take 100 and something years, right? It would take for Chorley, so like I think the average price of a player, a Wolves player, was something like 35 million or something like that. And and so what they were saying was, it was on some article this week. They're saying it would for Chorley to achieve that kind of fee. Basically it's 110 years of gate money, basically, something like that.
110 years, which like beggars belief, really, because the guy that you're talking about, Silva, probably couldn't get in your team the way he played tonight. I'm not even joking either. I'm not even joking. Like,
not just him.
Yes, yeah. Steve, what are your memories of '86? Can you remember it at all, or is it just some kind of folklore?
Well, this is where I have to kind of hold my hand up, really, because back in '86, I was a Rochdale lad. I only moved to Chorley. I moved to Chorley in 1990 when I started at Camelot Theme Park, 1993. So you're going back 22 years. 20 years ago. So it was. So in '86, I was actually I was still going watching Oldham Athletic in my own town back then. So I wasn't really, I'm not a lifelong Chorley fan by any stretch. So I've no memory. I'll tell you what my memories of '86 are. That was the year I did my A levels and went to university.
Really?
In fact, I thought it was, yeah. It was the last year that. In fact, I think that's why I've done so well this year. It would have been the last year that I did a proper job in my summer holiday. I've had to do proper jobs in the last 12 months as well.
Bless you. Yeah, you're so right. You're so right. Now, Chorley, they're ninth in National League, the Northern League, and today in the news it said that the league has actually been suspended due to funding issues. So I suppose then it's been extra important for Chorley to do so well in the FA Cup, because of the gate money and stuff.
Yeah, and this is why we have to thank the likes of yourselves and the support. Wolves fans have been brilliant in getting virtual tickets and things like that, because I think what the cup run has certainly done for Chorley is means we're surviving. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot. It is worrying for a lot of clubs unless they get some kind of trickle down of money from the bigger clubs. And there's going to be so many clubs that go under. It's worrying, isn't it? Let's face it. In '86, it could have been Wolves. You were down there.
So true. So true. Yeah, he
Well,
was on
you
his
upset a
Steve
few,
Bull.
didn't you, with your virtual tickets, Steve? You upset a few doing your call to West Brom fans to do the boing boing. You nearly ended up with no tickets.
Hey, it was a bit of banter. It was a
Bit
bit
of
of
banter.
banter.
We love a bit of banter on this show.
Love a bit of banter. Oh,
I thought it was great, but
I'll tell you one thing.
Honestly.
The Chorley Football Club, obviously, since my profiles have risen a little bit, they've been getting in touch saying, "Look, can you do this for us, Steve?" And but the one thing they said, they gave me this shirt last year. They gave me it's Connor Hall's shirt. I've got
brilliant.
And, they gave me it, and then I started putting these tweets out, and they said to me, Steve, you know when you're tweeting and when you're putting things on your social media, the sponsors are getting a bit annoyed because it's not this year's kit. So then they said to me, can you cover the sponsorship up? Right.
Oh.
So I thought, right, well, I could either work this out, technology, that me and technology don't mix, right? So I could either get down whatever Photoshop or something like that, Adobe, and spend 6 weeks trying to do it on some elaborate software. Or I can do what I'll actually do.
Bit of masking tape.
Just put masking tape.
How long did it take you to do that?
You know what? It took me about half an hour, but I'll tell you what, if I'm moving, you'd hardly know, wouldn't you? You'd hardly be able to tell.
Waterproof as well.
It's waterproof. It's
Perfect.
Steve, stop. It's becoming quite arousing. What's this happening? What are you doing?
The thing is, it's because it's tape. It is so tactile. It's so. Ooh.
It's too late for that, mate. It's too late. Stop it.
I'm
Oh,
gonna get some pleasure out of tonight.
that's true. That's true. We're here to cheer you up, mate. We're here to cheer you up.
I was so hoping that could have been I was going to be like, come on, lads, we can all laugh through this. Things have happened. But, no, fair play to you. You're the ones with bragging rights tonight.
Sometimes it's worse when you lose by such a slender margin. It's like if we would have spanked you 5-0, then you could have gone, oh, all right, well, the golfing class was too big, but it wasn't. It really wasn't. Seriously, you really, especially the second half, you watch that game and you think, who's the Premier League side here? And I'm not just saying it because you're here. I'm saying it because we were under the cosh, corner after corner. We've spoken about this, Craig, haven't we? About set pieces, especially. We really are struggling. And when you were pumping the ball into the box, we were going, oh God, not again. Not again. Yeah. Please, God, no, get rid of it. So, you know what? Fair play to you, man. I'd
love to know how many times Bolly headed the ball out today.
Well, he put it in. Man of the match. He did get man of the match. But I tell you, just as a funny side note here, but I chose the wrong week, and I just didn't think about this at all. Right? I switched my internet provider this week. From BT, to Sky, right? And didn't think until I went to get the match tonight, and I went, "Oh no, joking me! I could get Sky TV, right? I've got them all chuffed to bits with my new box up, light dish on the wall and everything. The HD." It was absolutely awesome. And I come to get the match. So I had to get my mobile phone out. My daughters are loving it because I told them they were banned from the front room. They couldn't watch the big telly tonight.
Brilliant.
I said, Daddy's big telly.
Yeah, anyway, fair.
I ended up in the kitchen watching it on my mobile phone, right? While they watched High School Musical 48, whatever they watched.
Something like that, innit?
Yeah, something like in the big telly.
Mate. Oh, yeah, well, I was going to say, Sky Sports haven't done the FA Cup in about 5 years, have they? It's come on, mate. Sort it out.
You know, you talk about the narrow margin thing. You're absolutely right on that as well, because you do. Even now, I just keep thinking. I know it was Tomlinson had a good crack from outside the box at one point in the first half. I think it was in the first half quite early on, and it's little moments like that you just think, oh, do you know, he struck that just a little bit slightly to one side. He could have gone in that could, if he kept it down a little bit, and just little moments like that. And I'm beating myself. And again, with going back to the keeper thing, thinking he could have saved that shot. You are right. You do think like that. I I'm still the same with Britain's Got Talent, to be honest with you. I keep thinking, oh, yeah, that was the gang that killed me. If I'd fallen off the stage in this final and not in the semi, I might have had £250,000 and I wouldn't have to be talking to you, lads.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you sounded like talking about Britain's Got Talent. How was that, mate? Because, like, my God, like, what a journey that was.
It was brilliant. It was. I have to say, you know, I've been cynical of the programme in the past for years. They've asked me for years, you know, for about 8 years. I went down to London at one point and had a word, you know, the producer said, oh, please come on, Steve, I'd love you to go on the show and I'm sure you'll do well, etc., etc. And I finally gave in this year. One of the main reasons I gave in this year was I do pantomime in Blackpool at the Grand Theatre every year. And I have done for 18 years there.
Wow.
This year, as in the year that never was.
Yeah. The write-off.
The year that never was.
Get away.
Well, the other big theatre in Blackpool, of course, is the Opera House, where they did the Royal Variety, funny enough, this year. But it was supposed to be a pantomime. They were going to put a pantomime on. They were going to put on a proper, you know, full scale against my little theatres. It's only 1,000-seater at the Grand Theatre. So they were going to put all of it. I think that they had Shirley Ballas put to be in it. The loads, you know, or Ballas. Is it Ballas or Ballas?
I thought you said Shirley Bassey. I thought, no, that is a good booking. That's a decent booking, that is. Shirley Bassey, blimey.
But Matt, you know UK Productions because you do panto for them as
Absolutely,
well,
yeah.
So I said to Martin Dodd, I said, look, to give our panto a little bit more of a boost, I'll go on Britain's Got Talent this year. It'll give us 5 minutes of publicity. That's what I thought. I genuinely never expected it to get to the, you know, to the semi-final, let alone the final. I have to say, I was utterly shocked. I hoped I might get at least 3 out of 4 judges saying yes, but I never expected them all to give it a standing ovation. I think I got standing ovation. Well, yeah, I know because I've watched it back.
So have we, Steve. So have we.
But you know the other people always say, why have I never done it? And one of the main reasons is it comes at the wrong time for me. There's Britain's Got Talent because they record the auditions straight after pantomime, end of January, February time. Right. I've had my ego massaged enough by then through pantomime. You know what it's like, mate. You're at the stage where the kids are coming up, you're signing autographs, and you think you're the bee's knees. And I'm thinking, I'm a little star in Blackpool anyway. I've got my celebrity status. I've had my ego massaged enough. I don't need Britain's Got Talent. I don't need 10 million more. What would I do with 10 more million viewers? But I tell you what, I never realised. I mean, years ago, going back to your Pop Idol days, did you ever anticipate the size, the scale of these kind of shows? Because I certainly underestimated it. I never realised just how it projects you and how it suddenly on every newspaper, front covers of newspapers at the weekends, it was coming on and stuff. Yeah,
it was like, especially local press, I suppose. Like you kind of think that it just went absolutely nuts, didn't it? Well, Craig will tell you, like he was there like while I was doing it and stuff, and it must be weird for like family and friends more so than you, because you're kind of like in that bubble, you're just doing it. So you know, for the local community.
You know, the coverage that you all of a sudden it's like literally, it's like overnight all of a sudden. In the local pub, you got your picture in it, and it was like, what was Mark's picture? I'm there sipping my beer. What's going on here?
Proper slow news day.
Steve, like with you, obviously you're doing it in 2020 with social media influence and everything like that. It must be absolutely massive, you know, with Twitter and Instagram and things like that, and everybody talking about you, and they've got that contact with you. I mean, Mark, when you did it, it's like 2003. Yeah. I suppose the social media thing wasn't really as big back then, but what exposure it gives you now is mad.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That's one of the things that's hard to cope with. I say hard to cope with. I'm pretty thick skinned anyway, but you do tend to just occasionally look at, really? Oh, they love me. And then you get to that one that's proper slating you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I hate him. Why is this guy on? And what people don't realise is up until the semi-final of Britain's Got Talent, I've not had a manager and agent for like 5 or 6 years. and I've been managing myself, so all emails to my website, etc., were just coming to me.
Oh God!
My
God!
Final, I actually got an email, and I opened this email up, going, "Here we go, more praise, more potential bookings." And I opened this email up, and it just went, "You're crap." Over it. It didn't even have a name on it, right? And I thought, you've got to applaud that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Whoever that was who went to the effort of tracking me down, how vexed did I make him? How angry did he get?
I'm gonna get Steve. I'm gonna get him. I don't know him.
I was surprised that my local MP got a letter about it as well. I strongly object to this man being on my television.
Did they do the right yaw? That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah. Did they do the right yaw in the email? Nah, definitely not.
There was no apostrophe whatsoever.
No, definitely not.
Great as well. I'm glad you brought that up.
So, Britain's Got Talent. Any goss for us? Come on.
Oh,
come on.
Do you know
come on. We're all friends here. Come on.
Do you know, I will actually say,
as he drinks his Ribena.
I tell you what they don't prepare you for in Britain's Got Talent. They don't prepare you. For me particularly, I was a real victim of this. Is in the semi-final, I was up against a 10-year-old dancer and a 12-year-old singer, and they don't prepare you for watching those kids in tears backstage after you've just beaten them. They don't prepare you for you going up to going, beat you. I had to watch these kids just with the parents and the grandparents comforting them, like all sobbing the little hearts out, and I'm there going,
see ya.
13 took me to get here, and you'll struggle as well.
Brilliant. That is class.
I put them off a career in performing for the rest of their lives.
Oh, that is brilliant. Where you did
brilliant.
You did so well.
The other ones, they were all solo. In the final, particularly, we've all got a WhatsApp group going now as well, and I'm determined to, when we do get out of the pandemic, is find a big venue, sell it out. Something like the Opera House in Blackpool. I want to get a real big venue and do it for the sign language kids, because they were just do you know what they did?
Amazing.
They did for every one of us. When we went back after the final, we all went back to the same hotel after, and they were the first ones back, and they waited at the entrance for every single act. And as we came back, they all applauded and gave us a big round of applause, sang a different song for us. Super. All sang, you know, Jade, who runs it, she is genuinely such a lovely girl. And there's so many lovely. I tell you, the pipers. Did you see that?
Yeah, really good. Really good.
I did say to them, as lovely as they are, I was begging them for the final. And I still stand by this. I said, you could win this, lads. I said, all you need to do is at the final, Dad goes on and he just says, the bond between a father and his son is truly magical.
The Chinese?
Yeah, because he's travelled a lot, that fella. He's got... And then I said, you come on, right? So son comes on then, Dylan comes on, and Dylan, you said to your dad, no, Dad, I don't want to do magic anymore. I want to play football with my friends. And then you have a mate come on at the back. You go off and kick a football while your dad just does a sad card trick.
I'd vote for that. I'd vote for that.
That's my point.
That's a winner. That's a winner.
If only they took my advice.
Brilliant. Oh, so I reckon.
Steve, I'll just jump in there, mate. I've got 3 young lads, 7, nearly 4, and nearly 2, and they think you're absolutely amazing. They've watched. We watched all your auditions back and your time on BGT back, and they're just in hysterics because they saw you on Crackerjack as well, and they just thought it was incredible. So
I was slow then. Mark's a true professional.
Sorry, it's been so many times.
Actually, we could have mentioned it. I was going to do more in the series. I was gutted about that because.
Yeah, you were supposed to be in the monkey costume, weren't you?
Yeah, and after BGT, I ended up getting COVID the week after. So I think I was going to film on the Saturday morning for Crackerjack.
Yeah, Crackerjack.
You missed that one.
Sorry.
And then I got the COVID test on the Friday night at about 7:00, and I sat in my front room, but what had happened was my agent had tested positive, and because I'd been with him earlier in the week, he said, "Look, Steve, you've got to have a test." So I did. I felt fine, and I went and had this test, and I found out I had a positive test as well, and my wife had a test, and we both opened the emails at the same time, and hers was negative, and mine was positive, and it was just right, you dead.
How was it?
And I wasn't allowed out for 5 days.
Oh, mate, nightmare.
I was just locked in my little room.
Oh, no.
All they were feeding me were Rivitas and pizza under the door.
Anything that could fit me underneath the door.
Underneath the door.
Class.
Yeah, so I was gutted that I missed that. But then to do that, to get invited to do the Christmas special, we had a laugh that day, didn't we?
We did, mate. It was awesome. It was awesome. Bit weird without any audience, but fingers crossed. Next time.
Don't you think that? I mean, the producers have been clever. They were clever on Britain's Got Talent. It looked exactly the same on Crackerjack. You would never know there was no audience. And it's hard mentally when you must have felt that. I mean, it's very hard for you to perform like that when there's no actual feedback. But as long as you get in that mindset, and this is what I was like for me for the semi-final and final in the show, as long as you just almost just put the laughs in and assume people are laughing.
Absolutely.
And all the Crackerjack, I've seen. I've not seen all of it because they're not all been out yet. I've seen 3 episodes.
Yeah, well, there's only been 3. There's only been 3.
Yeah, right. Well, I've seen them all. But they're hey, get in.
Get in there.
But it didn't spoil the atmosphere. And it still looked brilliant. One thing I will say though, my little bit. It was funny when we filmed my bit. It was so manic as we wanted it to be, and I thought it was a rehearsal. I thought we were doing a final rehearsal. Then do you remember?
Yeah.
Finished it all, and I'm like that, laying on the floor after jumping in the beam, and I just dropped that blooming bottle. It wouldn't stay on top of the other bottle.
He had 3 juggling bottles, and they just wouldn't stand on each other.
Oh, that's my lad's favourite sketch.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Because I'd done it to music, there was no going back on it. I thought, I've got to keep going here. And it got to end, I thought, well, I hope I get that better when we actually record it.
We're moving on, Steve. We're moving on.
Inside the studio, and I'm stood there going, I'll be back in a minute. They'll come back and tell me it was no good.
It was class, mate. It was class.
After I saw it, I actually genuinely, again, this is going back to to the 1-0 tonight, but it was one of those moments where when I watched it, when I watched the Christmas special, I actually thought, I should have done that for my final. That should have been my bit.
Oh, mate.
Because it did look good. It worked out well. You lads were excellent burping, by the way. Anyone who's
bless you.
Need to go and see it. Need to watch it.
Bless you. Right, I reckon we should do the quiz now.
Yep, let's get on with it, mate.
We have got a special quiz master, Steve, and his name's Mr. Craig Fullwood. I'm gonna leave it to him to be the quiz master. We're gonna go up against each other.
Right, okay. So I'll fire away. There's 4 questions and a tiebreaker. So I hope you're ready for this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Can I just check? Are your microphones up as loud as I can go?
Hello.
Are they,
Hello.
Turn them right up. Alexa, what was the Chorley Wolves score tonight?
Got ya.
Very good.
Boom.
Brilliant.
Cruel.
Sorry, Steve, I had to get that one in there, mate.
I'll be honest, my Alexa doesn't speak Brummy.
Fair play.
Come on, then.
Your Black Country accent is lost on my Alexa. She's just looking confused now.
What is that?
Right, here we go then. Question 1.
I'm speaking strange tongue. Go on, I've got a quiz on.
Mark, this one's for you, mate.
Oh, okay.
Wolves lost their last outing to non-league opponents back in January 2013. Who was it against?
What?
Was it? Yeah. So Wolves lost their last outing to non-league opponents in 2013.
Okay.
Was it A, Luton, B, Kidderminster Harriers, C, Torquay, or D, Wrexham?
2013.
Yeah. Not that long ago.
It wasn't actually.
No.
I'm pretty sure. Was it in the FA Cup against Luton? I'm going to go for Luton because I remember it was quite a big deal. This was 2013. Wasn't Wrexham. Definitely not. I'm going Luton Town, mate.
Okay, you'd be right.
Yes.
Correct.
Well done,
mate.
I was thinking, well, Luton, oh yeah, I suppose to be out by then, weren't they?
Yeah, they've done so well in the last 8 years.
Yeah,
so well.
they
Yeah,
are.
you forget they were non-league then. Yeah.
Okay, question 1 to you, Steve. Chorley famously dumped Wolves out of the FA Cup in November 1986.
Oh, come on.
But who went on to win the tournament that year? It would have been the following year, in May 1987.
Oh, I know this.
Was it A, Tottenham, B, Coventry, C, Liverpool, or D, Chorley?
So harsh putting D, Chorley.
Sorry.
Oh,
I know this.
is that year? That's not the Coventry year, is it? Actually, that's early after. That's 80. I'm going to go Coventry. I think that was the year that
You've got it right as well.
Kingston, the far post. I think, I'll go Coventry.
Well, that is correct. It's Coventry.
Yes.
It was. Yeah, 3-2 Tottenham, wasn't it?
Yeah.
3-2 Tottenham. Yeah. It was one of the first games I ever remember watching.
Well, I don't, because I
As a
was
kid.
1.
Oh, all right, Craig. Come on, man. Come on, mate.
Oh God, you're making me feel really old. I was off to university that year.
I kept quiet then.
Okay.
Question 2 to you, Mark.
Okay.
Our lovely guest, Steve Royle, came 3rd in the 2020 series of BGT.
Not rubbing it in.
But who won the competition? Was it A, comedy singer John Courtney, B, dancing duo Aaron and Jasmine, C, magician Damien O'Brien, or D, Sing Along With Us choir?
It was John Courtney. And it was a cracking final. And I watched it. I remember I watched it in a Manchester hotel room waiting to do Cracker Jack. And I was going, come on, Steve, you can do it. Me and Sam were texting each other going, come on, Steve, come on, Steve, come on, Steve. And he didn't quite get there. And John did. So it's John.
Yeah.
Correct.
Thanks for that lovely reminder.
Sorry,
2 out of
mate.
2.
Yeah,
2
it's
out of
like
2.
we're just like smashing it.
It's £250,000. It's nothing.
Sorry, mate.
This is much better, Steve. This is much better.
Right,
This is it.
Oh, don't ask me. Is this a pop? This is Pop Idol. Whatever. Come on.
Imagine.
Hey.
Are you
Question
going to
2.
ask me one?
Question 2 to you, Steve. My lovely co-host, Mr. Mark Rhodes, shot to fame back in 2003, appearing on talent show Pop Idol, and eventually coming second. Super stuff, mate. Who
Thanks,
won
mate.
the show that year? Was it A, Michelle McManus, B, the other half of Sam and Mark, Sam Nixon, C, Gareth Gates, or D, Will Young?
I wasn't Sam. Otherwise, he wouldn't be doing so many fly-ups as he does at the moment.
He wouldn't have me as a duo.
No, he wouldn't be frying and gardening.
No, definitely not.
It was. I'm sure, because I'm sure we've had a conversation about this, and I think she's a lovely girl. I think it's Michelle McManus.
You'd be right, correct?
Wowzers.
Smashing it.
Steve, we are smashing this quiz, mate.
This is really good. I need to...
It's good, this.
And you know what? When you start every one of these, when the questions came out, I'm going, this is tough.
Smashing it, mate.
We take this quiz very seriously, Steve.
Okay.
Right, question 3 to you, Mark.
Okay.
Who is the only non-English team to have won the FA Cup? Is it A, Swansea, B, Cardiff, C, Newport County, or D, Wrexham?
What are you laughing for?
I don't know.
Well, it's either Swansea or Cardiff, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Newport County are a very, very old team. A very old team.
Good thought process there.
I think you might be trying to do me here.
This is a good trivia. It's a good
It's
one.
tense, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I kind of want to say Newport County, but I'm not, because it's probably wrong. But that's in the back of my head, because they're an old team, and I reckon like back in the 1800s or something they probably won it. But I'm gonna go Cardiff.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Correct, mate. Well done.
Oh,
Well done.
wowzers!
Good one.
Oh man,
I can't beat you today.
Do you know what? I think I'd have gone Wrexham. I don't know why.
Would ya?
It's really odd. Yeah, I don't know why.
I wish you would have had that question then, Steve.
Oh, pressure's on now, isn't it?
Pressure is on.
Pressure's on,
Right,
Steve.
come on.
Right, question 3 to you, mate.
Okay.
Which former Premier League winners have been to 4 finals but never lifted the cup?
Oh.
Is it A, Man City, B, Blackburn, C, Leicester, or D, Chelsea?
Ooh, that's an hard one.
Chelsea have. Sure, Chelsea. Man City have in recent years. I'm sure Man City have. What are the
If you
other
get
two? We'll do them again.
So you got A, Man City,
Yeah.
B, Blackburn, C, Leicester, or D, Chelsea?
Oh, I think
4
I know.
finals.
I
4 finals.
I think I know.
I think, well, Blackburn again, like you said about Newport County, Blackburn back in the day, they were to be reckoned at. I'm going to have to say Leicester. It's got to be Leicester. Must be Leicester.
I would have gone Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester. Correct.
Is it right? Well done, mate.
Oh, mate.
Great.
This is
Great stuff.
mint. This
great stuff.
is a football YouTube channel, and we know our football.
Great stuff.
That was a good question.
Wow, these are
Didn't we get
great.
this tiebreaker, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
I'm going to tiebreaker it.
No, we got one more first. So, Mark, over to you.
Oh God.
Who's the only player to have scored in 4 different finals? FA Cup finals.
What? 4?
Yeah, 4. Is
Wow.
it A, Ruud van Nistelrooy, B, Didier Drogba, C, Michael Owen, or D, Eric Cantona?
Oh man. Okay,
It's a good one.
it's a really good one. This. What were the 4 again? Sorry, mate.
Van Nistelrooy,
Now
Drogba, Owen, or Cantona?
it's either Michael Owen or Didier Drogba for me, because Chelsea went on a run where they just won the FA Cup like year after year after year, and I think it was when Drogba was on he was on fire, but also Liverpool had a purple patch where Michael Owen was in the team. I'm gonna go Drogba.
Yeah?
I would have gone Drogba.
Yeah?
Is it right?
That's right. That's right.
It takes me to the final. Oh, it takes me to the last 5 minutes.
Come on,
Steve.
Come on. He
Steve,
scored
the
in
pressure.
4 FA
Yeah.
Cup finals.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
What a
Like you say,
Wow.
you just went through that stage of being absolutely unstoppable.
What a bloke.
Right,
Yeah,
Steve.
but I think about Michael Owen, it was all quite short-lived, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah, injuries. Yeah, injury. He probably would. He probably would have scored in 4 finals, but he was injured a lot, wasn't he? So.
yeah. So, good call.
Oh, this is all. This
Okay,
is.
Steve,
Oh, Steve.
pressure's on, mate. It's on you. This is it. Okay, so who are the only club to have won the FA Cup and been relegated in the same season?
Oh.
I know it. I don't even tell me.
Okay, go on then.
I've even entertained the chief executive last night. Go on, give me names. If you don't come up, then I'm
Just in case.
I'm snookered.
Okay.
On.
It's Leeds, Norwich, Wigan, or Everton.
I know. It's Wigan. It's
Yeah.
Wigan.
Well
Yeah,
done.
it's Wigan.
I'll tell you some more trivia about that because the chief executive of Wigan, Jonathan Jackson.
Yeah.
His lad was in the same class as my daughter at school.
Huh?
So when they won the FA Cup, the week after, he brought it into the school, and I've got a picture of me and my little daughter holding it. The actual
No way.
FA Cup.
Amazing.
And he, obviously, chief exec, he slept and he had a full night's sleep with the FA Cup.
Well, I've definitely
That's
slept
a
with worse.
Absolutely.
Well, it looks like a tiebreaker.
Gary Lineker feel.
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly. Yeah.
What's the
Wow.
story?
Wow. It's tiebreak time.
Okay, well,
Oh,
I'm not really. To be honest, I'm really prepared for this eventuality. But what I'll say is,
all right. Then who do you think we're going to be thick?
I thought you'd beat Mark hands down.
Yeah, me too.
Easy.
100%.
Oh,
Okay, so what we're going to have to do is,
Yeah.
the first one to shout out the right answer
Okay, cool.
takes it all the glory because we can't have a draw. So here we go. Listen closely. Which club won the last FA Cup final at the old Wembley and the first at the new Wembley?
Chelsea.
There you go. Done.
Oh.
Oh.
Correct.
Beat Villa 1-0 at the old Wembley. I don't know whether beat the first one at the new one.
Right, no, I need to show off.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
I just paused there because I thought he was going to show respect for his guest. It didn't happen. And
mate, it was a quiz. I have to win. I have to. Oh,
serious stuff.
Oh,
yeah, that was serious. Oh, good quiz.
And that brings the quiz to an end this week.
Well done, Craig. That was good.
That was a good
Cheers,
quiz.
lads.
You know, it's questions like that. Do you know the first team? It's just ridiculous. I think this is what lockdown's into me. It came into my head. And you laugh. It was just why they exploded into my head. I don't know. I just went, Sunderland. Sunderland? What? When did they actually win anything?
I don't think they... Yeah.
That would have been proper embarrassing. I should have never said I nearly said it.
Well, great quiz. And Steve, can I just say that it's been an absolute pleasure and an honour having you on the channel. It's been a great game tonight. Wolves have won the game, whether they deserved it or not. They go through to the 5th round of the FA Cup, but surely they definitely won on points. They definitely won on points.
You've won over a lot. You can guarantee that unless they've got second allegiances, but most people in Chorley rooting for Wolverhampton Wanderers now the rest of this, honestly.
Bless you.
I've always had a soft spot for Wolves anyway. Lovely. Ever since I played 6-a-side with Stevie Bull.
We just had an interview with him. He's he's a top bloke. Top bloke.
Did he mention about me?
Yeah, of course. It wasn't on camera, but he did. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Steve, it's been a pleasure, mate, and all the best going forward. Love you lots. Take it easy. And
Steve, been a pleasure, mate.
Thank you to you both. Absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming on. Cheers, mate.
Take care. Bye now.